I've had people asking me about joint pain when it comes to menopause and perimenopause as a symptom. Is it a symptom of menopause? Is it just something we deal with in midlife? We just want it to go away, right? Okay, so I noticed probably a couple of years ago, I had this pain in the joint of my big toe. I didn't really think too much of it. I felt like it was kind of pulled out of joint. So I actually had my little nephew pulling on it to try to pop it back in place, and it hurt really bad, and he's laughing thinking that was hilarious. And I'm like, it's so funny. You know, he was probably about 6 at the time. Anyway, I realized that I had this pain for about a year. Like, oh my gosh, it still hasn't gone away. What's going on? You know me, I'm into the alternative stuff. I don't like to go to the doctor. I don't like to take medications. I also believe that we have more control over our body. Like, I like to think positively and like meditate and believe in our body's abilities to heal itself. And I know when doctors say arthritis, they're like, there's nothing you can do, and there's all this doom and gloom about it. And I just don't like to look at it that way. I believe more in the healing power of our own bodies. I believe in, I guess you would call it, miracles. And, you know, some people might think that's crazy, but if you're not one of those people, then you are my people. I do believe in some interventions, okay, that can help our bodies go along and heal themselves. Think about when you have a cut. You'll put a Band-Aid on it, maybe you'll get stitches, and you know, using antibiotic cream, that speeds up the healing process, but your body's doing the actual healing. The stitches, the Band-Aid, the creams, those things are not healing you. They are just making the conditions better for your body to heal itself. So I think we can do the same thing. I believe we can do the same thing with anything in our body. It's only a matter of how strongly we believe. There are examples of people doing this all over the place, outliving doctors' expectations or their expiration dates that they put on them. There's all kinds of things. So I don't want to go down that big old rabbit hole, but that's where I'm at. And if you feel the same way, then you're here with me. And if you don't, I'm not going to try to convince you. It's all good. You know, you do things your way. And having said that, I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional of any kind. So you take responsibility for your well-being and the approach that you take. This is what I do. I'm sharing it. Okay? So I'm not suggesting that anyone don't go to the doctor. I still use doctors sometimes, you know, sometimes they're needed. Read my disclaimer, because I'm not a medical professional and this is not medical advice. For my big toe, what I started to do is I use this laser. It's a cool red light laser. You can't really see I don't think you can see. There's like a geometric pattern on it. It's a company called Pure Vibranz. If you're interested in that, then reach out to me and I can hook you up for that. But that's not why I'm sharing this. I'm just saying I started using this, and you know, I do this basically, pretend that's my big toe, you know, and I was doing that at the joint for like 30 seconds a couple times a day. Another thing that I use that helps with inflammation, it's something that my stepdad was using when he was helping to support him through chemotherapy. It is a food grade boron mixed in with distilled water. A very small amount. I want to say for a gallon of distilled water, I think we do either 1/8 of a teaspoon or 1/4 of a teaspoon. I don't remember now, it's on the thing. But if you ever have any questions, let me know. But I've noticed that I have less inflammation when I drink a little bit of this every day. And actually, I used this as a regular protocol after I had an internal abscess. I was hospitalized. They had to drain it. And I did a whole 30-day protocol, which is amazing, actually. I thought for sure I would have to do it for longer than that. And the boron water was part of that protocol. Anyway, there's lots of things that you can do to help with inflammation. With the way that you eat affects inflammation, which affects your joints. That's what I'm getting at. meditate, to focus on your body healing itself. Do everything that you can to support your body in healing itself, improving itself, strengthening itself. You know, years ago, I was in a car accident. I was rear-ended. I actually have been rear-ended 7 times. Don't ask me. But hopefully that mojo is gone now that I recognized it. But not even the last time, one of the times I was diagnosed with a herniated disc, which basically means the disc was completely blown out. And the doctors told me that doesn't heal, and they recommended fusion surgery to fuse my vertebrae together. And I did not like the sounds of that at all. So I decided to do some other things. And I did decompression. I strengthened my core a lot. I ate better, and I meditated on healing that. And then I also did, to do decompression at home, I bought an inversion table. So it was basically decompressing the vertebrae off of that disc. Now, I haven't had an MRI since then, so I have no idea what the condition of the disc really is. But I know that I can put my pants on without lifting my leg with my hands now. And in my 30s, when this happened, that's what I had to do for a very long time. I mean, months and months, maybe even a year. I could not just lift my leg up of its own volition to put my pants on. I had to use my hands to pull my leg up to get my pants on. So anyway, that's my experience. Using these alternative natural things alongside your medical interventions, that's helpful too. Anything to help support your immune system, to help bring down inflammation in your body naturally. There are lots of things you can do. If you stay away from the processed foods, the junk foods. I have a very, very stringent definition when I say processed foods. You know, I'm not just talking about fast food and junk food. I'm talking about a lot of stuff that you find in the grocery store that has ingredients that you can't pronounce. And we're not sure what that's really doing to our bodies. A lot of things are allowed in our food system that I would say maybe are questionable, to put it very gently. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know. As always, if there's anything else I can answer for you. And, you know, do your own due diligence. It's my personal preference, and I think it can help you.